Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, the Orchis stat changes have been made live today as of recording, and I want to see, will it make a difference? All right, now before we continue with the video into the raids, I just wanted to do a before and after of my characters. So this was Lady Deathstrike here at G18, level 100, 1 diamond, before the stats change happened. 1.6 million health and 1.25 million damage. This is post rework. 6.6 million health, almost 420k damage. It is like a quadrupling of health and over a tripling of damage. It's absolute insanity. Scientist Supreme, same thing, level 100, 1 diamond, G18. 1.2 million health, 72. The damage doesn't matter. She doesn't matter. her damage doesn't matter. But anyways, 1.2 million health, 482k power, 7,770k power, or whatever, and 6.4 million health. That is like 5 times, just over 5 times her health. It's insane. Now I want to show you when I upgraded Lady Deathstrike to gear tier 19. And this was before Purple 2, actually. So this was gear tier 19. This was just an upgrade from this version here. I went and clicked on the gear tier 19. It's just insane. 8 million health. And then I went and upgraded her to Purple 2, and it's over 1 million power. Absolute insanity. And 8.7 million health. The reason why I did Purple 2 is because you get a 15% health increase. So that went from 8.7 million health from 8.1 million. So it's about 570k for Purple 2, which was quite good. And yeah, insane. I'm actually very much considering buying a 3 diamond Lady Deathstrike. But anyways, that's just the stats portion. I just wanted to share with you the differences that happened today, and then we're going to get on to some raid testing. Like, it's pure insanity. If you look at their stats here, I actually upgraded Lady Deathstrike to Purple 2 and G19. And if you can see here in the window, it's a bit hard to see perhaps, but 8.7 million hit points. Holy shit. With 2 diamond and over 1 million power. She is the first character on my roster to have over 1 million power. Now, Scientist Supreme is about 778k with 6.4 million hit points at 1 diamond. I'm going to be using both of them. Now, I want to do this in a particular... I want to use a particular set of characters. Now, this is this is difficulty 2 tech, so keep that in mind. I'm going to be using Doc Ock. I'm going to be using Green Goblin Classic, and I'm going to be using Vulture for this attempt. And I guess I probably should have the Sinister 6 characters next to probably at this point. And the reason why I'm going like this is because, well, Doc Ock should be... Oh, I'm going to time out. Doc Ock should be able to flip any negative status effects that Scientist Supreme applies with special, right? They're not going to... They shouldn't have trauma. So this is going to be really interesting because of the kit changes to Scientist Supreme specifically in the passive section as it pertains to raids, and also her turn bar. She's going to be going pretty quickly. So I want to see if these 2 characters have what it takes to change the course of Orchis tech. I only have like 15 minutes actually until this ends, until my raid ends. I'm doing this really late, but I wanted to get this in anyways and see if I could get a couple of attacks in here. In the meantime, maybe I can get 2, even the first 2 nodes. That'd be great. And how much easier is this? Easier than using Pegasus? Or is it an alternative to using Pegasus? Because keep in mind, both Scientist Supreme and Lady Deathstrike are going to get the mod buffs as well. So depending on what difficulty you're doing, they're going to get a shit ton of mod buffs. So, okay, so that doesn't change. Also, I have Spider-Verse characters. Oops. So that's going to trigger Lizard. That's going to happen as well. So I forgot the Scientist Supreme actually isn't going to get the turn bar because of stupid North Star. But it's going to repeat. It's going to repeat. It's going to take back some of their turn bar. Should still be able to flip this, though. Scientist Supreme is going to go... Maybe I should have waited, actually, on the special. But they do have immunity, except for Green Goblin. So I'm still going to put this out, though. It's going to debuff most of them. And it also traumas North Star, which is cool. There's a lot of negative status effects going around. So, unfortunately, I do have the offense down. But I'm going to do this anyways. And it appears that I also got trauma. Did I get trauma? Does Scientist Supreme trauma my characters? Oops. Does that actually happen? I guess we find out. But I want to see... Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, that was a lot of bleed damage. Lady Deathstrike's bleed, but now she's blinded, and that's not great. Let's go for that. Like, they're very healthy. Like, they're not taking any damage, these Orchis characters. However, this cannot miss when any target has bleed. They do have bleed, but I'm stuck over here, so I don't think this is worth using at this point. I'm probably just going to go for that. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Is that like 4 million damage? Good lord. Okay, and then we should be able to flip this stuff, though, with Signs of Scream when she takes her turn. So far, I haven't done a ton of damage, though. That's my biggest concern. Please don't die. 11 out of 14. Need to deal with that Green Goblin. Hopefully, Signs of Scream can take her turn, please. And then flip all of this stuff. There we go. And new people coming around. And flip some of those buffs. He does not flip a lot of things. That's a big concern there. Ugh. 2.5 minutes. I feel like this is pretty slow going, though. And that's a big concern. Shocker's dead. We got a stun on Doc Ock. He's going to bleed for sure. But the funny thing is that, like, my Lady Deathstrike and... I mean, eventually they're going to start taking damage here, right? Because it's like, now it's... Okay, now it's like a 3-on-1. But... cannot be countered? Oh, I don't have enough Orchis characters for that to really... There's a lot of counterattacks, isn't there, here? Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's gonna get countered, isn't it? Yeah. So that would kind of suck, actually. So maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not with these characters. Let's try something different. That starting lizard thing probably wasn't great. However, they were very meaty. You know, like, obviously with the buffs and stuff as well. The Orchis characters were super meaty. So I'm gonna give this one more go since I have a little bit of time here, and we're gonna remove the Sinister Six. I thought that was gonna actually do something. A Kang and fuck, I don't know. Not heroes, right? So I'm gonna go with something weird. I think I'm gonna go with Kestrel, and I'm thinking Iron Man Infinity Ward to give the bonus damage to Kestrel. Thinking of that. Maybe Mysterio might have been helpful instead of Vulture because of the control. That's the only thing that I can think of, but I still get locked behind Lizard, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm gonna try this. I don't really want to pull Penny into it because I think Penny and Lady Deathstrike would synergize quite well, actually. Maybe this would be possible because the Spire Society sections are so easy that you might be able to do it. That would be the only other thing that I would attempt. I might be able to get an attempt in there with Penny. This is just node 1 too, so I was just hoping that this would perform better with the twosome, but their stats are still insane though. It's that North Star. North Star can fuck off. He can fuck off. I gotta go right down the middle, however, though. Do some damage. Kang at least does some decent damage, but let's go right. Yeah, there we go. We'll kill North Star. Got a lot of kills. Got a lot of bleed damage. Wow. But it's that disrupt on Lady Deathstrike that's not super helpful. Also, Scientist Supreme has not gone yet. We're gonna do the special here. Bonus damage from Iron Man Infinity War, and so unavoidable, which is great. However, it seems this does apply trauma to my other non. It does, including so that if you do not have disrupt on, it's really bad. Also, because it's trauma, I won't be able to flip this actually with Scientist Supreme, even though she just got her ass beat. Jeez, everyone's hitting her. Yeah, that's gonna not do anything. So that's the only problem here. It's a bit of a. I actually didn't know the trauma part was going to apply to the other characters, so that's unfortunate. Stuck on Lizard again. Yeah, this part is not great. I don't think there's anything around that. I guess I didn't really understand that part. Now we're debuffed as well. So maybe this did not go as intended. At least on this note, it didn't go as intended. Can it work somewhere else? Maybe. I mean, like, without a doubt, Lady Deathstrike does a shit ton of damage. It's just that the two of them, I guess, is just not enough to keep the momentum going on these notes. So if I bring in Penny, then Lizard's just going to do... There's not much I can do about that. Probably just wasted some energy and everyone's going to hate me on the next raid. But I think there's only like one... Kang was okay. Once Scientist Supreme went, because of the... It's the North Star. It's North Star. Like, we managed to kill North Star that time. But that was only because Lizard didn't taunt. Yet. And... I don't think that there's any other variation that I can think of that maybe the offense up with Guardian. I don't know if that would actually do anything. And Hank Pym, I just don't think is going to do enough stand alone. And then Doom would just get traumatized, and that's not going to be good. Unless we go with a different approach. And I thought about this before, and it's like Hank and Iron Man, because Iron Man's Illuminati. My last time. I'm going to try this last one, see if it does anything. But, nonetheless, LDS Scientist Supreme has some batshit insane stats. Without a doubt. And, wow, just crazy. Maybe this works at lower difficulties, but I'm at D2. So, it's highly possible that this works at D0 or D1. And, when it comes to raid teams, you really need the full package, right? Like, I don't think anyone expected anything differently, but I would just want to, see whether or not I could do anything. Clear the vulnerability. Only on Illuminati, though? Oh, no. Yeah. So at least I had Safeguard here on these two, and also for whatever reason, it didn't actually land. He didn't clear Lady Deathstrike this time. So I'm going to do the... I'm going to do that. I don't know if that was worth it or not. Oh, so close. But we're going to go over here with the special again. Then it repeats, of course. So a lot of damage. And they're just going to bleed out. I think it does... Oh, no, he didn't bleed... Nemesis didn't bleed out yet. Then we get stuck behind the goddamn lizard. And so... What if we just don't do the ultimate? And we just do when we flip them? Because they don't have trauma at this point, right? I'm disrupted, so that's not going to do it. I don't know. We're going to... Does that matter? We're just going to stun him. And so maybe the point is just to start flipping. And don't do the ultimate. Maybe that's the thing. Right? Because as soon as I trauma my own team, shit hits the fan, it would appear. But then these stupid Iron Patriots come and clear my boss, except for the Illuminati cannot clear them. It doesn't clear them on the Illuminati. Safeguard, right? So there we go. We did not get a slow. Oh, no, we got a slow. Okay, so they're all slowed from Hank Pym. Hank Pym's great, actually. Can we get that Green Goblin down? Not enough. It seems Doc Ock's still there to keep him alive, too. At least we stun Lizard to stop him from taunting. Okay, so the only problem here is that I cannot do this without being countered. It's going to get countered. It does a lot of damage, but it's just not doing what it's supposed to. And then I just got disrupted again, so that's really unfortunate. I need a third character. I think as soon as a third character comes out, maybe we can do something different. That's my thoughts. Now that I think about it, does Guardian get any like raid bonuses by himself? Because Alpha Flight is a raid team, but... And I feel at this point, like, I have to, like, this is going to be so shit. Everyone's traumatized except for Lady Deathstrike. Like, I just, like, fucked my own team right there. But I feel like at this point, like, if they don't have the negative stats, I don't know. I tried. I think we need a third Orchis character. I mean, is it that surprising? Probably not. But, I mean, they take a shit ton of hits. I mean, so that part I'm impressed with, I suppose. I'm still alive, but it's just not... it's not... Look how much damage they're taking, though. Like, and it doesn't even seem to phase them. That's the funny bit. But now I'm slowed on both of them, and that's garbage, so it's not going to work out too well. Okay, I just like wasted raid energy that my alliance is going to hate me for, but I wanted to test it anyways, because some people might be curious, you know, is it viable? It's not viable at D2, which means it's not viable at D3. So I just wanted to share this with you. Was there a huge point of the video? Probably not. But I guess it answers some questions of whether or not this is viable in tech right now. It appears the answer is no, at least at these difficulties. However, the characters are still great, I think. Don't let this discourage you about the Orchis characters, because their stats are huge. Anyways, that's it for now. Enjoy Pocket Dimension, I suppose, that's ongoing right now. And I'll see you guys later on the next video. Boilon signing out.